What's going on, guys? So we got to talk about this new show, Ironheart. So Ironheart is the next MCU project and the discourse around it is not looking good. Now, the backlash that this character is getting isn't really new, and for the most part, the main criticism has been that she's a knockoff of Iron Man. And to really give you guys context on this dilemma, I'll quickly run through her origins and how she became a hero so you guys can understand. Riri Williams was created around 2016 after the second Civil War in Marvel Comics. And at the end of that story, Tony Stark got injured so bad after his battle with Captain Marvel that he sort of went into a coma and he turned his consciousness into an artificial intelligence. So Riri at the time was a young girl from Chicago who had lost her stepfather and older sister to gun violence. And after seeing Iron Man on the television, she was inspired to make her own suit of armor to combat the violence in her neighborhood. So she stole one of Tony's suits and reverse engineered it to make her own. Sometime after she built her prototype suit, Riri was sent a mysterious package in the mail, which turned out to be that artificial intelligence of Tony Stark, which I just mentioned. So through this artificial intelligence, Tony Stark sort of became Riri Williams' mentor and had a huge hand in her development as a superhero. He trained her and taught her how to use the armor properly in combat. Tony even arranged for them to give her a lab at his company so she can use as her base of operations, and he even came up with her name. Yes, Tony Stark is the one who gave Riri Williams the name Ironheart. So, is Riri Williams really a copy of Iron Man? I mean, sort of, if you look at their similarities. Both are genius. Both use their ingenuity to build a suit of armor to become a hero after tragic experiences. Even the suit that Tony helped her build was similar to his, to the point where the public thought she was the new Iron Man. And then on top of that, people had the idea that she was created as Tony Stark's replacement. And if we're being honest, she kinda was, because she shows up right when he goes MIA. And we can look at other characters adjacent to Iron Man that also wears a suit of armor, like War Machine for example. This is the first appearance of the War Machine armor, and it was a heavy artillery suit that Tony built to battle a group of robot samurais. Now when Tony went into stasis, he left the War Machine armor to his friend James Rhodes, and he started calling himself Iron Man. But soon after, when he joined the West Coast Avengers, he started calling himself War Machine. Now, I wouldn't call War Machine a ripoff of Iron Man because there are distinct differences between them, and the name War Machine is actually more fitting for him because he's in the military, and he has a suit of armor that's quite literally built for war. So it kinda makes sense that War Machine doesn't get the same backlash that Ironheart does. And there's this thing with legacy characters that I've noticed where they'll have the predecessor gas up the new character to the point where they'll say that they're the better version. And quick disclaimer, that isn't inherently a bad thing, the protege being better than the mentor or the original character. But my thing is that recently it's usually done to get people to like the new character. So they'll say, well, the predecessor likes the new character, so you should too. And I've noticed this a lot when it comes to Miles Morales and Peter Parker. And since we're on that topic, have y'all ever noticed that Riri Williams and Miles Morales, two black comic book characters who get some of the most pushback online, were created by the same person? Now call me a conspiracy theorist, but that can't be a coincidence. But that's a video for another day. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I was the biggest fan of Ironheart, but I didn't hate the character either. And it seems like the MCU's adaptation of her won't be having her connected to Tony Stark in any way, or even replacing him, which is a plus in my opinion. So I am somewhat interested in this series. I will say her motivations from this trailer alone are a bit questionable.
I want to build something undeniable, something
Important?
iconic.
You serious?
So, what is this? I'm guessing we're supposed to just forget that this suit exists. If not, they better have a good explanation for what happened to it. And I know this is just a trailer, but I hope there's more to her motivations than just building something iconic, because this is very weak in comparison to her motivations from the comics. And since we're talking about suits, I am kind of conflicted because this suit looks more detailed, but the suit from Wakanda Forever is closer to her final suit from the comic books. But then again, these might just be prototypes, so we will see. Anyway, these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.